Now, our next story is from Ecuador, and Daniel Noboa, at the age of 35, has become the youngest president in the history of Ecuador after winning the Sunday runoff. Now, he's managed to secure about 52% of the votes, while his leftist challenger, Luisa Gonzalez, has managed to get just 48% of the votes. Luisa Gonzalez has conceded the election and has congratulated Noboa. With this victory, the 35-year-old businessman, who is locally known as the Banana Heir, has fulfilled the family ambition to get the top job in Ecuador. What is interesting is this. Daniel Noboa's father had run for the presidency 5 times and he had failed 5 times. But where the father had failed, the son has succeeded. And also what's interesting about Daniel Noboa is that he had quit his job at his family's sprawling business of bananas and had jumped into politics in 2021 when he'd been elected to the national legislature. And just 2 years later, he's the youngest president of the Ecuadorian nation, which at this moment is in all kinds of trouble. In his victory speech, Daniel Noboa has promised to give back a smile and peace to the country. But the election campaign that Daniel Noboa has won has not been an easy one. Campaigning had been overshadowed by the unprecedented levels of violence. Fernando Villavicencio, one of the candidates, was assassinated just days before the first round of voting in the month of August. The murder rate in Ecuador has quadrupled in the last 4 years. And opinion polls had suggested that security was on top of the minds of the voters. But Daniel Noboa campaigned on the promise of creating jobs for the youth and bringing the criminal gangs under control. A native of Guayaquil, which has become notorious for its prison riots in recent years, Daniel Noboa has pledged to attract foreign investment and also to develop Ecuador's business sector. The task on hand is not an easy one. Ecuador has still not recovered from the economic stagnation that it set in during the COVID-19 pandemic, and the outgoing president, Guillermo Lasso, has blamed the travails of his country on drug trafficking gangs and also a sharp rise in immigration. So with a banana heir having become the president of the South American nation of Ecuador, the obvious question that must spring up in your mind is, what really is a banana republic? Now, in political science, a banana republic is a nation that is defined as a nation that is politically and economically unstable, and its economy is chiefly dependent on export of natural resources. The term banana republic was coined by the American author O. Henry back in 1904 to describe the condition of Honduras and Costa Rica that were being exploited economically by American corporations such as the United Fruit Company that goes by the name Chiquita. A banana republic has a large working class and a ruling plutocracy which exploits the working class, often under the influence of foreign corporations. So it now remains to be seen whether the banana heir who's taken charge of Ecuador, can he actually fulfill the promises that he's made of creating more jobs and clamping down on the criminal gangs. We'll of course get to know in the next few weeks and months. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.